artificial intelligence, or AI, and machine learning, or ML. What's the difference? Are they completely separate fields, or is one part of the other? And what about deep learning? Where does that fit in? These are questions that come up a lot, especially as AI and ML continue to shape our world in powerful ways. Today we're going to break it all down. What AI is, what ML is, how they relate to each other, and where concepts like deep learning and other subfields fit into the picture. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of how these technologies work, and why it's not a matter of AI versus ML, but rather how they complement each other as part of a much larger story. Let's start with AI. Artificial intelligence is a broad field. It's about creating machines or systems that can replicate or even surpass human intelligence. But what does that really mean? After all, intelligence itself is a tricky concept to define. For the sake of this discussion, let's think of intelligence as the ability to perform tasks that typically require human cognitive abilities like reasoning, learning, problem-solving, and understanding. At its core, AI is about building systems that can think and act like humans, or sometimes in ways that go beyond what humans can do. For example, humans can process a lot of information, but we're limited by our biology. AI, on the other hand, can process enormous data sets in seconds, far faster than any human ever could. That's one way AI surpasses human capabilities. AI systems often focus on specific abilities, like discovering new information by analyzing patterns or data sets, inferring conclusions from incomplete information using logic and reasoning, learning from past experiences or data to make better decisions over time, reasoning or connecting the dots between different pieces of information to solve complex problems. When you hear about things like a computer winning a game of chess, an AI analyzing medical images to detect diseases, or a virtual assistant like Siri or Alexa understanding your commands, these are all examples of artificial intelligence in action. Now let's talk about machine learning, or ML. Machine learning is not separate from AI. It's actually a subset of AI. In simple terms, machine learning is a specific approach to achieving AI. While AI is the broad goal of creating systems that think and learn, machine learning focuses on how we get there. So, how does ML work? The key idea behind machine learning is that instead of explicitly programming a system with every possible rule or decision, we train it to learn from data. This is a major shift from traditional programming. In traditional programming, if we wanted a system to recognize cats, we'd have to define every single rule about what makes something look like a cat. If it has fur and whiskers and pointy ears, then it's a cat. But with machine learning, we take a different approach. Instead of writing those rules, we feed the system a large data set of images, some labeled cat, some labeled not cat. The system analyzes those examples, identifies patterns, and eventually learns to recognize cats on its own. The more data it's trained on, the better it becomes at making predictions. This ability to learn from data, rather than relying on pre-programmed rules, is what makes ML so powerful. It's dynamic, adaptable, and constantly improving as it processes more information. Within ML, there are two main types you should know about: supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Let's break them down. In supervised learning, the system is trained on a labeled dataset. This means the data includes inputs and their corresponding correct outputs. For example, if we're training a system to recognize handwritten numbers, we'd provide it with thousands of images of handwritten digits, each labeled with the correct number it represents. The system learns from these examples, gradually improving its accuracy. Unsupervised learning, on the other hand, works with unlabeled data. Instead of being told what to look for, the system is tasked with finding patterns or structures on its own. For example, an unsupervised system might analyze customer purchase data and group people into categories based on their buying habits, without knowing in advance what those categories should be. Both supervised and unsupervised learning are critical to the success of machine learning in different applications. Now, let's go a step further. Deep learning. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning, but it's unique because it's based on a structure called a neural network. Neural networks are inspired by the way the human brain works. They consist of layers of interconnected nodes, or neurons, that process information in stages. Here's how it works. Imagine a photo of a dog. A neural network might first identify basic shapes in the image, like edges or corners. Then, in the next layer, it combines those shapes to recognize more complex features like a nose or an ear. Finally, the deeper layers piece everything together and recognize the entire dog. The deep in deep learning comes from the fact that these networks have multiple layers. The more layers there are, the more complex patterns the system can recognize. Deep learning has revolutionized fields like image recognition, speech processing, and natural language understanding. It's what powers technologies like facial recognition software, voice assistants, and even self-driving cars. But there's one big challenge with deep learning. it's often a black box. This means that while the system produces highly accurate results, it doesn't always explain how it arrived at those results. This lack of transparency can be an issue, especially in critical areas like healthcare or finance, where understanding the why behind a decision is just as important as the decision itself. So where does AI, ML, and deep learning all fit together? Let's think of it as a Venn diagram. AI is the superset, the big picture. Within AI, you have machine learning, which is a specific approach to creating intelligent systems. And within machine learning, you have deep learning, which uses neural networks to achieve even more advanced capabilities. But AI isn't just about ML and deep learning. It also includes other fields and techniques. For example, natural language processing, NLP. This allows machines to understand, interpret, and generate human language. It's what powers chatbots, translation tools, and text summarization, computer vision. This field focuses on teaching machines to see and interpret images or videos. It's used in everything from medical imaging to self-driving cars. Speech-to-text and text-to-speech. These technologies enable machines to understand spoken words and convert them into text, or take written text and generate natural-sounding speech. Robotics. AI is also at the heart of robotics, where machines are designed to perform physical tasks, like walking, grasping objects, or even performing surgeries. So to answer the question, is it AI versus ML? Absolutely not. The better way to think about it is that ML and deep learning are tools within the larger field of AI. When you're using ML, you're doing AI, but AI as a whole is much broader. It includes not only ML, but also other areas that replicate or exceed human abilities. AI is the overarching goal, while ML and deep learning are some of the ways we're getting closer to achieving that goal. The field of AI is vast, constantly evolving, and full of potential. It's already transforming industries, from healthcare and finance to entertainment and transportation, and we've only scratched the surface of what's possible. Thanks for watching and diving into the fascinating world of AI and ML with us. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We're here to make tech concepts simple, clear, and accessible. See you in the next one.